Well, it's Christmas Eve and it's been a wet and windy day so far. It's settled down. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're just popping out for a little bit of a walk. I'm all dressed up in the warmery, and I bought some new gloves to keep me warm. Plus, Pippin is all ready to go. You know, she's got a jumper and a coat on, so she's going to be warm as warm can be. And that's it. We'll show you some of the sights around Hawes. So we just walked down the pathway a little bit because the van is up there, and then we come out this gateway. We just come out of the main driveway of the caravan park just back there, and we just turn left back up the hill towards the Hawes town centre, and then we'll get to a little bridge.
I wanted to show everybody, look at that lovely view. The Yorkshire moors, isn't that lovely? You can see it better today because it was so foggy yesterday. Couldn't really see it, but we're going to stay on the pavements because we're not dressed for it. No. Right, come on, let's get going. Probably not going to market in it now because they're probably pregnant and having their lambs in there.
The lorry driver's pregnant?
No, the sheep are probably pregnant because it won't be, well, I suppose it'll be February, March, they'll be having their lambs. Probably that's the barn, but I know what that lorry's used for. They stack them 3 tiers full.
Within a couple of minutes walk of the Hawes Caravan Motorhome Club, we come to this sort of bridge, road bridge, and there's a sort of river down there, and over the other side, if you can see it now, there's a train, an old train down there. There's an old train down the other side of the bridge, and we're going to cross over and see what's down there. So I think it's some sort of craft centre, sort of rope makers, or and there's a bike shop. It's been so windy, the bike shop sign has fallen over. It's a pretty steep way down, and there's an old steam train and carriages just down here.
Careful, not slippery.
So it says it's the creation station. Craft, colour, create, climb aboard. It looks like a little sort of activity centre. Clearly not in use because you couldn't sort of get out of there with the train, and it doesn't look like it's running at all. What do you think, Gwen?
I don't even think we can look through the windows because it all seems to be dark, and they seem to be darkened over. So I don't know what's on there, but you go in that way, walk along in the train, and come out. And I wanted to go along and under that bridge to that thing. Should we just move this rope and walk through? That's no one about, is there? Like this.
Walk through to where?
Well, under the bridge. So there was that little garden there under that bridge.
And that's the bridge. That's the bridge we were on when we looked over to see the river. It doesn't. Oh, it's very slippery.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang back, see if Wendy falls over. There's a little sort of sitting place and garden here. There's an oak seat. These look like sculptures. An oak seat by Tom Handley. And there's some the carved mushrooms there. So I think you can scan the QR codes. To find out more, I think. And I suppose that's another sculpture. There. And that is standing sleepers. Well, it is. Oh, it's actually one big piece of wood carved into sleepers. So the artist has actually carved out what looks like sleepers, but it's actually out of one whole piece of wood. Then we've got the river down here.
Made the old like stone walls like in Yorkshire and that, they sometimes used to leave a little gap between them, look like over there, so, and I don't know if it's for people to get through or there's a windbreak or something. I don't know what that is, but I can remember it.
That gap there.
Yeah, that's it, that's the one I can remember.
Just there.
Yeah. I can't quite think what it I do remember about it. This is so Yorkshire, isn't it, with the old stone and that? It really is. Do you like it down here, Fitz? Do you like it, darling? 2 coats. Yes. Haven't you? Jumper and a coat on. Oh, you've been cold, haven't you? Yes. Round the front of the station looks like there's a museum and it's about the history of the Dales, and I would have really liked to have a look in there because I like things like that. I find it very interesting. But we're going to have a look through the door, shall we?
Yeah. It says it's sharing stories of the people and places of the Dales. Yeah, we've got little sculptures all over the place.
I really became interested in the Dales when we used to watch All Creatures Great and Small. It's the first I heard of it, and I love that programme. I think that rates so highly in the programmes I've seen over the years. Yeah, I loved them all, and I read all the books over and over and over again, and my mum loved those too, but she never got to Yorkshire, so we're here anyway. So Museum National Park.